yards. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry for James Conner, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Coach.
Murray going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Murray. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Colts lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray.
And this will be swung out here for Connor.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
And here's Rodgers on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 8. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 1st down.
It's Taylor. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 11. Campbell making the catch. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 27, Murray, screen pass to Connor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A gain of 6 there on first. On 2nd down, Samuels.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. On play action, it's Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Murray getting this complete to Connor, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53.
On 2nd down, here's Murray.
incomplete.
And Charles, you think about this offense, and it's kind of a tricky time of the season because you're 14-0, looking to see this one out to the end, but you start to run into situations where guys are getting a little banged up. Maybe could use some time sharing, some time on the bench just to rest. How do you approach the rest of this regular season?
I'm telling you, you don't ask the easy stuff, do you? I mean, you created a heck of a situation there, and actually you didn't create it. You presented it, and you're exactly right. It is tricky because your eye has to be on the ultimate prize, which is the Super Bowl. That's paramount. But at the same time, how much fun would it be to go down as one of the all-time great teams and join the 1972 Dolphins as the only undefeated team to win a Super Bowl?
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
2nd down at 5.
43's the mic. 43's the mic.
They'll hand it off now to Samuels. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
They're coming. We got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Here we go.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. It's complete to Brown, right side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Cliff Kingsbury, part of that new breed of head coaches, and his guys are going to go for it. They'll run for it with Samuels. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. Didn't get the touchdown, but a big 1st down, and now they're 6 feet away from the end zone.
And a little bit of momentum as well. To get down to the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. Playbook's open now, right? What do you want to call? You want to call power? You want to call quarterback run game? Do you want to throw the ball? The entire playbook is available for the play caller.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On the handoff, it's Samuels. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, 6th overall. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. Prater for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there just before halftime. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Oh, it stays up. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Quick slant here to Woods. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They go to the ground again with Taylor, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man, if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the flag.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. This is Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Colts take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 24. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's...
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Murray off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
Now Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge, because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Looking to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Colts. Harris Campbell with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to look deep for more. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 50 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead one more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Meanwhile, Murray's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Samuels. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for us.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Ben Gideon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking
under pressure, and they got to him again. DeForest Buckner has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a give to Taylor, pushing through the contact. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 135 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.